The more common method for calculating the fees charged by a credit card in terms of the interest is the average daily balance method, meaning the credit card company looks at what was the balance for this day, or what was the average balance for all days of the month, and then they take a fee on that. So it gets a little confusing. And the reason they do this is so that they can immediately charge you interest as soon as you make the purchase. So here's a scenario. August 1, we bring in that $356.75. That's our unpaid balance. That probably includes fees from the previous month's stuff. Then we make some purchases, we make a payment and another purchase, and we're going to try to calculate, well, what is this going to end up being with this 1.8% interest on the average daily balance method. So the first thing we need to do is find the balance for each day. So I've copied the table here, and note this is the date that we purchased the thing, and this is going to be the balance at that day. So on August 1st, the current balance is $356.75. It remains that balance until the 7th, and on the 7th, we're going to add to the $356.75 that purchase of $59.95. So I'm doing this off screen in my calculator. You should do the same in your calculator. And I get that the new balance after that purchase was $416.70. Well, it remains that balance until the 12th, where we make another purchase, this time $223.75, and that ends up our balance being $640.45 on the 12th. And then on the 18th, we make a payment. Notice this is a payment, so we're going to subtract that from this amount. So 640.45 minus 200 is 440.45. The balance remains that until the 24th, when we make another purchase of 152.80. And so the balance for the remainder of the month remains 593.24. So these are the balances for each day. Now what we need to figure out is for how many days was the balance $356.75. So we could count from August 1st to August 7th, how many days happened. So the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. So for 6 days, it was this balance. And then on August 7th, it became this balance when we made the purchase. So then we're going to count from the 7th to the 12th how many days are happening here. And we don't have to use our fingers. We could literally just subtract these numbers and we could say, oh, it's going to be for 5 days at this balance. And then it becomes this balance on the 12th day of August. And so from the 12th to the 18th, that's another 6 days that it remains this balance. And then from the 18th to the 24th, that is another 6 days that it's this balance. And then we have to be careful. There's 31 days in August. So watch as I count on my fingers. It becomes this balance on the 4th. That's the first day. The 25th is the 2nd. The 26th is the 3rd. The 27th is the 4th. The 28th is the 5th. 29th, 6th. 30th, 7th, 31st, 8th. So for 8 days, it remains that balance. Now notice that is not the same thing as doing 31 minus 24, which would get us to the end of the month. We have to include the 24th day in the number of days here. We could do a quick check. Do these numbers add up to the total number of days in August? Which they do. That's 31. So now what we have to do is figure out what was the average balance for each day. And the way we do that is we multiply the balance times the number of days it was that balance. We're going to fill that in here. And then we're going to add up all of those products and divide by the total number of days in August. And that will get us the average balance per day. When you get to Unit 4 and learn about the weighted mean, that's precisely what we're doing here. So I'm going to pause this and do this multiplication. I'm literally doing this times this. I'm going to fill this all in, and the next screen you'll see it all. Okay, so what I've done is I have filled in this number times this number equals this. 416.70 times 5 equals this. I've then added up all these balances times days to get 15,455.4. If you think about the units on this, this is dollars times days. And what we're then going to do is take this sum and divide it by 31, and that is the average daily balance. So $15,455.40 days divided by 31 days, everything cancels out. And we get that your average daily balance is approximately equal to 498.56. So on average, each day you are carrying this much debt. That is what the credit card company is going to base their 1.8% fee on. So your fee, your interest fee for the month of August is this 498.56 times 0.018, which turns out to be $8.97. That's what they're going to add in to your balance. So the last question then says, well, what's going to be the new final balance beginning September 1st? So let's go back to what our ending balance was. We ended the month at $593.25. We then calculated the average daily balance of $498.56, noted that we were going to pay 1.8% interest on that. So we have to pay, the company is going to charge us $897. So we take the ending balance, which was this, 593.25, and we add to it the 897, and this becomes the new balance in the next month. And it's what we now owe the credit card company, 602.22. And that is the average daily balance method.